The universe is an everlasting source of mysteries to uncover. But for every new discovery we make about it, 10 more questions seem to come with it. One of the many things that made astronomers puzzled was something called the redshift and blue shift. And that's what our today video will be about. So grab your favorite snack and a comfortable chair, for this will be a cosmic travel. But before we take off, please make sure to leave your like and subscribe to our channel to keep receiving our daily content. As the human species became the dominant species of our world, with it came an almost infinite amount of new sciences and studies. Due to our unique and high level of intelligence, that separated us from the rest of the animals. Many of these new sciences were focused on looking into ourselves to figure out how we work, such as medicine and psychology. Others focused on our surroundings to explain our very environment, such as physics and chemistry. But one science in particular decided to look for stuff above us all, deep into the night sky, and found out an unfathomable amount of objects waiting to be studied. Yes, we're talking about the astronomy, and the study of stars, black holes, galaxies, and the whole universe. The universe seemed alive, and it indeed was. Countless shiny objects, each one of them moving in a seemingly random direction, every single one of them with its particularities. Stars burning over 1,000 degrees, comets colder than any part of Earth's coldest edges, and so many planets being discovered, all of them sparking the possibility of finding intelligent life outside our own planet. As the astronomy studies developed, more and more were discovered about these beings, but something odd was noticed. Galaxies that were further from Earth had a larger redshift in their colors than closer galaxies seemed to have. The first one to describe this phenomenon was Edwin Hubble, exactly the one whose famous space telescope is named after. But how does this redshift actually works? It all has to do with a phenomenon first described by an Austrian physicist Christian Doppler in 1842, having the discovery been named after him. The phenomenon is called the Doppler effect. In a nutshell, the Doppler effect explains that there is a shift in sound wave frequency when the object that's making the noise is moving towards or away from the person listening. You might have already noticed that a police or ambulance siren seems to get a higher and higher pitch as they approach you. But once they get past you, the very opposite begins to take place, as the pitch of the siren gets lower and lower. It makes total sense if you think deeper about it. If every sound pitch has a very specific size, and higher pitches have smaller sizes, when the source of a sound is moving into your direction, it begins to sound as if the frequency is getting smaller. Therefore, in a higher pitch, because some of the frequency size is being shortened by the very movement of the sound source. But what does it have to do with these astronomical objects that were emitting no sound and were just having their colors shifted to red? Because the Doppler effect affects not only sound, but also light. If a galaxy, a star, or any other celestial object is moving away from us, we detect a redshift in this object. While if this object is moving toward us, we detect a blue shift in this object as well. The terms redshift and blueshift apply to any part of the visible and invisible electromagnetic spectrum, including radio waves, infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. But the most interesting part about all this is not specifically the redshift phenomenon per se. By understanding the redshift, we discovered with it that the universe is actually expanding at an accelerated rate. The very space between galaxies seemed to be stretching more and more every single second, which seemed to be pushing the other galaxies away from us. In a long expansion that took place with the Big Bang over 13.8 billion years ago, as the astronomers claim. By measuring the redshift of a specific type of star death, called a supernova, which tend to have a consistent luminosity because of how violent the explosion is, astronomers are then able to chart their brightness in association with distance thanks to the redshift, since their inherent brightness are stable and very well known. And the results that came with it were a surprise by the year 1998. When astronomers discovered that supernovas were receding much faster, therefore assuming that the universe was expanding at an accelerated rate. A discovery that earned the teams that worked on it a Nobel Prize in 2011. Very little is known of what exactly causes this accelerated expansion, but today's best contender to explain this is something called the dark energy, an unknown form of energy that apparently affects the whole universe at the largest scales possible, such as titanic galaxy clusters, like our local group, where the Milky Way stands alongside Andromeda. Both of them on collision course to each other that will, in a couple billion years, create a colossal new galaxy by fusing their black hole cores, in a dangerous and outstanding process. But that's a story for another Cortex video. The universe is infinitely filled with the most interesting riddles. Did you know the redshift prior to this video? If so, did you know what explained it? What about the dark energy? What do you think this energy might be or mean? One thing is for sure, we'll come back to you with more videos soon, so please leave us your like, subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends and family so they all get to know something new today. Thank you so much for your audience, you people are the best. And always remember to feed your cortex.